Well, hi, YouTube. It's me, Suze. I bet you weren't expecting to hear from me today, but I've had an epiphany, folks. So if you give me 15 minutes of your valuable time, I can connect some major dots for you in this Elvis mystery. Okay, first things first. We're going to bring footage from inside my own home, which is very provable because look, there's the big yellow house. See the screenshot of my front room? Well, that's on some Elvis's video, and I didn't put it there. Now, we've got player number 2, my new buddy, Totally Tucker. Now, I gotta admit, Tucker, you tuckered me out, pissed me off, and even messed me up a little bit, slightly offended my spirit, okay? I came in on your first live stream this weekend, and you felt my energy. You knew I was there. They, they knew I was coming. Well, I hung out that first night, and then, of course, when I popped back in on you, you pissed me off. And the next thing you know, I'm telling you to blow me sideways. And you know what? That wasn't nice. So I'm going to hop in your live stream and tell you how much I love you, and then proceed to tell you what the fuck's going on from Sue's world. I don't care about this fat Elvis in Florida with boobs. I don't really think it's connected to the Bob Joyce, Robert Joyce saga. Oh, no, 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 it's not. Oh, no, my friend. That would be the dorky doppelganger from Graceland. And think about it. Tennessee and Florida is just a hop, skip, and jump. And let's keep in mind as well, Tucker, that there was a story that hit, oh, I don't think it's been a whole year yet, but whoever that fat ass is that y'all are calling Elvis, well, he lost his home. And that's why he lives in the Elvis van. And what'd you say? Picks up little boy hookers? Now, don't get me wrong. I know all this monkey business is going on. I'm your spiritual researcher, your buddy Suze. But I figured it out. You're a good guy. And I'm going to tell you why, Tucker. Because you respect the veterans, and you yourself are a veteran and were and are, to whatever extent, still involved in servicing and taking care of people that you and I call Americans. Now, it stems out a little farther than that since we've gotten so far down the fucking time tunnel. Uh, physics, somebody just put up an HTTP there. So, they've got a lot of fun going on. They got a lot of monkey business. But I appreciate these men because I'll promise you this. They know that the 350-pound tubby bitch with the boobs is not the one that served in the military, so we have to connect to doppelgangers. And these guys know it. Now, what they're pissed off about is that Elvis and Linda, I'm not talking about Linda Hood's segment over at the YouTube channel. Oh, no. I'm talking about allegedly his last girlfriend that he had, Linda what's-her-fuck. And she's got the huge boobs now and the plastic lips. And she talks shit live on Facebook in the last year and a half. I caught her too. I've got a whole shitload of files. But back to Tucker. This guy. Now, we're going to talk about psychology because, oh man, hi and bye at 3:24. I can't believe you didn't give me 10 minutes, you pain in my ass. Well, anyhow, this guy right here, when you hear him, he speaks from his heart. He's not a shill. Hi, Michael of the Mouse family. Hey, while you're here, can I say something to you, please? I got so sad last night when somebody went off on our friend Flow Destroyer. And, you know, as I line up who's full of shit and who isn't, this guy was teetering on the fence, you know, with the fucking spears and the whole thing. But when he went off on Flow Destroyer, you damn straight he's great. I fully agree. But, you know, they brought him into it, and so you see anybody that I associate with gets picked on because they wanted to shut me up and shut me down and bury me so deep I'd never get up. And so I know that I don't need to apologize to a bunch of ass-kicking men um, for defending not only my honor, but any honest woman out there, instead of these boys in dresses bullshit. But anyhow, it's all going to tie in. So let's just pop in with Tucker, and I'm going to say, I'm going to tell him I love him.
Wow. Where's all the pussy at? Oh. And I'm not talking about Amanda May. Oh.
Here's your pussy.
Chick with a dick. Oh my God.
Here we go. Hey, Tucker.
Fuck you.
Ooh. And friends. No.
Suck a dildo.
Oh.
Okay,
real life. Suze loves y'all.
Oh, you're listening to this? He was so big. Church of God in Christ.
You pain.
Oh yeah.
This man in my. You pains. You pains in my ass. Figured it out, huh?
You fucking trowers.
Now this man don't play no games. Look at him, badass, there in the chair.
Where the fuck is that cunt at?
This man ain't taking no shit from nobody. 13-inch dildo. Interesting. I know a guy named C.W. Chandler with a 44.5-inch dick.
Yeah, I'm Dickless Dave.
I was quiet all day. I kept my cool.
Boris.
And these guys taught me a lot about being quiet and learning something.
Wow.
It took me 3 times. Hi, sweetheart.
Oh, shark. Eh?
It took me 3 times of getting pissed off at this nice man. He's always got to pee, by the way. Every time I come in the damn show, he's got to go pee. Where you going, Tucker? Better zip that fly up when you come back, too. Is my buddy here? So anyhow, while Tucker's off in the toilet, we need to know what the fuck's going on over here. So let's just pop over and see what Chick-fil is talking about. This is called Elvis's Travels, mocked by a squirrel. Now, this is the kind of horse shit when guys sit around jacking off and playing video games all day. He thinks that's his boyfriend. Now, this always pissed me off about why would any real man play with stuffed animals? I'm confused. And I think I know, but you really don't want me to say because I am way more of a lady than that, despite the popular opinion out there on me. All right, so, hi, Flo. Hey, I'm gonna get that guy that was talking shit on you. You know, I always, let me tell you what I do, okay? Because I'm full disclosure kind of bitch. This is the way I do it, because I've been screwed with my whole life. The first time I see it, I tag it. Second time I see it, I know what I am experiencing, and I start devising the Super Sue's plan. That's plan A and plan B. Both are equally great. The second one serves as an emergency plan. And by the third time hits, I will be on them like shit on a stick. Just like Angela Power Disney. Flo! Wait! Did you guys hear the gossip? Wait. Forget about this for a minute. Did you all hear the scoop? Now, this is on a YouTube channel that I really, really like. And it's not the Corbett Report. His name sounds like it. It's Corbett, and he lives in Japan. He's American that said, fuck this, I'm getting out of Dodge. And he does intel from the other side of the road. Okay, good. We're done with whatever the hell that was. All right, so he does intel from Japan. And believe it or not, Conscious Consumer Network and Mel and Blowhole won the Fake Journalist Award of the motherfucking year. Cry me a river. I mean, I wake up and I got extras, you know. But, oh. Man, I didn't really mean to, like, mess up anybody's Black Panther party. Let me put it that way. But, you know, when you find out people are attacking you behind the scenes, well, you gotta realize that since I don't have anybody to take care of me, and I never did, I always took care of myself. And that's how I've stayed alive almost 55 years. Sometimes I think Chandler's no different than everybody else. He's just an actor with a script. And I tell myself that, and I say have compassion on him. And then I catch him in the act, and I realize he's not even in control of himself because them fucking parasites take over him. And that's why his nose fills up with shit, and he's got to go off camera. But that is neither here or there. The point I'm making is the fucking Conscious Consumer Network won one of the fake news awards of 2019. Now, here's your kicker. The dude was supposedly what they call a super soldier, right? And it involves the Ukraine, not Russia. And then we're going to have to tag the Yellow Vest movement and the conflict between Russia and the Ukraine. Well, anyhow, the guy, Mel, fucking Mel. Now it's going to get better. Because, like the Emperor and I both knew back in the summer of 2016 because of an IP address coming out of California, they're connected. They're connected. So, if mainstream media and fucking Mel and Blowhole are both showing this super soldier that gets 3 bullet holes in his back, and you can see the bullet holes, and you can see the ketchup blood water mixture concoction of whatever the hell it is. Well, he's in a pool of it, right? I mean, dead as a doornail. You know what? Now I know I sound like a fool, and I know nobody believes it, but I was computer illiterate coming on this fucking computer to do this battle. And all this is whatever my natural ability is. I'm not too good at this link crap yet. I have been, oh, they have, you better tag it, yes, on the private shows. I can confirm it, I can prove it. And it'll link in with trafficking, harvesting, and prostituting. Not only adults, but kids. Promise. Well, anyhow, they got this super soldier booth all in blood on the floor, and everybody's telling the story, right? Then the son of a bitch had to get up in front of a press conference. Oh, yeah. And say, I'm alive. I walk, I talk, and I breathe. And these dudes that were with him, and I would call them handlers, you know, they patted him on the back and probably stroked him on the butt, and he was out of there. But we're trying to talk about Elvis. Because I'm pissed. But I'm not pissed. It's like I've been set free. And like I've expressed myself to the group at Flow Destroyer and several other ones. You don't know how good it's done my heart that somebody started checking shit out. And then they realized it all connected together because we better fucking care. Because I don't give a flying fuck whether you call it the OPPT or the Lisa Marie Presley Fund. We're talking about trillions of dollars being stolen from this globe. Everybody should come together as a family. And, oh, it's such a thrill, isn't it? Now, as we go forward, I've got this new friend, and I wish I could pronounce his name. He was my blessing last weekend, and I'll take you to the channel so you can see the name, because this is where you want to be to know what the fuck Heather Tucci has to do with Mel and Blowhole and fucking Lisa and Danny and Chanter and all these bitches, including Angela Power Disney. I mean, don't get it twisted. They all got the same fleas. And if you're busted, because unfortunately, and I apologize, I have only been online not even 5 years, but come to find out, the people that have been online after, thank you, exactly, tag it, any of these people that were online over 10 years, they fell into a trap. And the way I visualize it is like a fucking mouse trap with a big piece of cheese, right? And so a lot of these people that hacked and collected data to get social security numbers or these fake account numbers, we gotta realize that when they give you a fucking charge card and they automatically, bingo, and that fucking weirdo Sasha Stone, what the hell's wrong with him? Anyhow, doesn't matter. So these account numbers, they weasel off of debit cards. You know how when you know you got money in the bank, and then they say, you don't got no fucking money in the bank, so we took it out from your overdraft protection. That's the fucking debit card the dude's talking about. So, my cat's at the window. Hey, and that's another thing. Oh, fuck Sasha. I know. I could tell. And see, they're all pissed off at me because I didn't, like, watch any of them or vibe into them. Are you serious? I mean, really? That's like thinking Chanter is hot. It doesn't matter what the size or shape of your body or your face is. It's what emanates from inside coming to the outside. So all I saw was greasy sleazeball, to be honest. Yeah. And you know what they say? They say that God has a great sense of humor because he invented the platypus. So I got this cat at my door. Now, that fucking, I want to talk about energy pollution from animals too. Don't let me forget. But I got to let my cat in, see? They make fun of people that have intelligent animals because some people use them, they use them like, you know, energetic vampires use people. But look, seriously, my cat is cold. It's fucking freezing in St. Louis. And fucking Ferguson belly of beast bullshit. Okay. Now look, I showed a picture the other night on one of my live streams of my friend Jason, party at the Hair Emporium, shit, 1990, but he wore a big styrofoam dick. And you know what I was thinking about is all y'all Highlanders with your kilts, right? Because the whole story about who's got panties on the dance floor and who doesn't, and then the whole repertoire of, you know, if you're wearing a kilt and if you're a real man, do you wear panties under it? And I've got some friends, they explained they wear bloomers, Suze, if they're going, like, to a dance. But if they are not gonna be footloose and fancy free and they're gonna be more formal, and there's not a camera up their skirt, they might not wear panties on the dance floor. But let me tell you about what we're gonna do. Okay, so where all this hoopla started out with me, I mean, besides the part that they recruited me and this fucking internet and the whole story, is the first time that they took my image and added it into his image, okay? And I was cooking dinner, and I was back and forth in this room, and you guys already know the setup of the house. I show everybody our whole world. But I do want to bring this camera up and show you. Really? Now see, I think women's underwear are an odd thing too. And one of our dear friends just passed. Really beautiful girl. Very slim, very athletic. She never showed her sexuality off. But anyhow, so anyhow, my friend passed, okay? And we brought our beauty school group together, and we had a service because I'm not religious. And, you know, they were poking the bear in church, and I just wanted to do my own thing. But anyhow, focus, guys. This is a video that shows my front room clear as day. Fuck, hang on. All right, wait. Let's go. Just hang on. Everybody relax.
I can remember, like 2 years old. I grew up with this because my folks took me there. When I got old enough, I started to sing in church. And I started
So you got into singing?
Well, it's one of the ways.
Okay, watch.
But I liked all type of music. You know, when I was in high school, I had records about Mario Lanza and the Metropolitan Opera. I love music. The Spanish, I like the Mexican flavored songs.
But this is so
music here. But this thing here, the gospel thing is just the gospel is.
See my room?
Is really what we grew up with, more than anything else.
It shows in the music too, because there's a kind of, if you've seen Baptist choirs, there's a kind of intensity about it. And it's the same kind of intensity of electricity that you have on stage. And there seems to be
almost every song.
it's a kind of a soul.
Fantastic strength that's inside. Yeah.
It just isn't singing notes, it's singing something that's to come from very deep inside of you.
And at certain times you push out.
To the best of my knowledge.
Part of it, and I really think about it.
When I was in France about 3 or 4 years ago, and I was doing a film on Jean-Claude Keely, and I asked him just offhand who was his favorite singer, and he said, Elvis Presley. He's my man.
Oh, really?
He's my man.
Well, he's my favorite skier.
But I asked him why.
That's nice.
But he did this whole thing. He says he has soul. You know, it's hard for an American to talk.
He will fuck you up.
He understands soul better than you do. He really does. He says he sings, you know, from in here. And that was his way of describing. He had very limited English at the time.
It's fantastic. Yeah. No, but this, yeah. This is very basic.
Okay.
When we get through our work, what we have to do.
Okay, so what you see going on here, let me tie it together. All right, just everybody slow down, okay? Because I've already been told I'm crazy, stupid, retarded, fucked up, ate up like a soup sandwich, and I'm watching all these scammers, okay? So let me try to explain this to the best of my ability. There was never just one Elvis. Let's just start there. And if we go with the Sandro story, which should be primary, thank you. The actual Venezuela story should be primary right now, because that connects fine ass Sandro in the silk robe. Sandro, Roberto Sanchez. Fuck, man. He ran the scenes. Yeah, it's big. And I'm telling you what, you want to meet an intelligent, brilliant, behind the scenes is the fucking puppet master going like this. Bingo. Always. One and a spare. Anybody that has a clan or a family flag or anything, or has had to deal with all these stupid king and queen stories, always wanting a spare. I mean, they're just possessions, too. Okay, so there's your next problem, Michael. So many people are traumatized and ate up like a soup sandwich because these douchebags say there could only be one voice like Elvis's. That's not true. And you're going to find a lot of people, no different than the dude that did the voices for the cartoons, you know, Mel Blanc, the man of 1,000 voices. They can adjust their voice just like how you guys can make. I didn't see what the last comment was. I'll go back. You know, there's many people that you see, whether they're stand-up comedians or actors or actresses or singers or whatever the fuck they are. Even all y'all. Like, to me, at first, when I heard Flo's voice, okay, let me give you a perfect example. I immediately drew to Flo. Liked him. Wasn't scared to be there. And the first thing I thought is he sounds like somebody that I think is checking me out. That would be on Channer's team. So let's all be honest here since we're friends now. When I first heard Flo's voice, I could see it being almost a perfect match for Seraph the Mage. Seraph the Mage was Channelot's friend. And Seraph the Mage came to my channel to check out my YouTubes, which is fine. I got no problem. I got no secrets, and I haven't lied to nobody. Well, in the meantime, the more I listened to Flo, and the more I got to know the group. I'm Scottish. I'm from the Gloss clan. My maiden name's Glasscock. I'm not a Pratt. Fuck. Tag it. Alright, Flo. The video I was watching, and you know I don't know these people. I mean, because you know I'm over here in dumbass fucked up America. Always remember. I got dropped off in the wrong place, but it doesn't matter. I've been here my whole life, and I'm really, really old. So, anyhow, and you know why? Because of the Lord of Lions Court, and because of the Glasscocks held the Land Patent Act of 1643, and if we could get that motherfucker back, then everybody would get to stick their own flag in their own yard, and if somebody declares martial law, you can defend your property instead of throwing you. Are you? Good. You know, in my world, everybody comes from Canada, Michael. They're all in fucking Canada, and all y'all play Rock Band, too, which is a whole other story. All right, let's go back so I can nail these people to the wall for Flo. When I was on my journey, it was a video that showed itself to me, and it was Andy Devine, and he had a nickname, and that's somebody I haven't checked out. And then, Patterson, and they put Pratt in parentheses. And when I first met y'all, when Mackenzie's Devil stood up for me against Mel and Biggie and made that nice video that never came back, which I know why. It's okay, I don't need it, I got enough. But, sure, not talking about it. Anyhow, John Patterson, or whatever the hell his name is, and then he puts the Pratt in there. That's who I was listening to. And there were a couple indicators, and we're going to talk about Anonymous today, too. I feel I have to. All right, so there were a couple indicators that gave me that, you know, that little tag in my head I told you, the 1, 2, 3, and here we go, and we're going to fuck shit up. No problem. No problem. But anyhow, it was towards the end of the video when they talked shit on Flo. And then it reminded me of what somebody else said about him that was making the implication of what you would call a radical militant. Now, Over here in America these days, if you put a garden in your yard, well, you're a terrorist. So we all know how easy these things get started. And no doubt some of you guys saw my story and you realized what happened. And being the men you are, you thought, well, at least we better check it out before they fucking crucify her. You know, I knew I was coming online to do this job. And like I've said, my father was a good cop. He was very innocent. He was the assistant chief of police of Belridge, Missouri, which my dad was so prejudiced. And growing up in North County, all I ever was dealing with was racial wars. So, in the meantime, my grandfather wrote the Custer Combateur. He was the managing editor coming out of World War II. And I didn't get those journals until I was a grown woman living here in Ferguson. They explained a lot about why my mom and my grandma were so silenced and so sad and so beaten down. And so when I received these journals and really started reading and getting to know my grandpa, it made perfect sense why I would be a scribe. I mean, I had 4 years of training in high school. I'm not a fucking retarded hairdresser that works at Great Clips. It's my cover, I guess. It's just like everybody plays rock band here. So, you have to realize that, say, somebody like Robert Phoenix, you know, one of my friends, he's not just a good old boy from Texas wearing a white hat and talking about astrology and politics. And that's not it, man. He winds up fucking interviewing Bowie in the 90s, and you find out why Bowie's worth $800 million. And then you got to go back to Elvis. Now, here's what I'm saying for the record. I know with all my heart, because this entity, whoever the international man of fucking whoop-de-doo mystery is, he's smart, he's connected, he's backed by the military. It isn't Trump. Why does everybody think it's Trump? I mean, that's funny. That's like saying you got trumped. He's an actor too, and we all know it. We know the whole government is, and this shit going on in the UK. The stuff going on in the UK, and the stuff going on here, and the stuff going on with Russia, and deep down, and I hate to sound like a bitch, it's all about fucking China. But I'll tell you this too, and this is kind of just another one of my perceptions as an intuitive person. I always loved Jackie Chan. Fucking love Jackie Chan, man. And, you know, you think about it. He comes over here to America, makes some kick-ass movies, you know, does some connections. He was never a freak show. Nice, normal, super dude, right? And then he goes back to China and you never hear from him again. The gossip is he's an ambassador or something. Now, as dirty rotten as we know China is, and we know what they're doing, I mean, if you had to have one person behind the scenes that would draw all the good people together, wouldn't it be Jackie Chan? Yeah. Because they went to the moon, I know. But here's what I'm confused about. It's the same thing in Venezuela. All right. So the jackasses put in some dude to run shit when they were just getting it cleaned up because everybody had gotten together like we talk about and were bartering and keeping each other alive. I just love him. But, and I get in trouble for loving too many men. I just look up to you men that are real men. And I don't think that means I'm making advances towards anybody or anything. I've always been more comfortable with men. Fucking women are a bunch of cackling bitches. And I found that out too online, no doubt. So, okay, my buddy Jackie Chan, all right? Now, if he's over there getting the proper players together, you know, the movers and the shakers and the geniuses and the technical wizards and the artists and the lovers of life and philosophers and people that know how to read a fucking book. They get all them together. And then everybody that plays rock band is together. And then you guys are all together, you know, like I'm not supposed to know. And these people have had so much rope they just can't help hanging themselves. This is why I say we have to go back to the multiple of Elvi. Sandro gave contracts to his family and professional actors, stunts, people, singers, whatever you want. You can play this as far as you want to go. It's the same thing. He sat back and watched everybody fucking hang themselves and find out who was loyal and who wasn't. And well, Bruce Lee. No, Chucky. And being that I'm a redhead, my only brother was just like Chucky, and he chased me with a steak knife when he was 5 and I was 10. And I got in trouble because I'm supposed to know better when this little motherfucker's chasing me with a knife. It's just like Chanter. It's the whole kill the little orange pumpkin with no face. We're back to sacrificing me. When my brother did it, even then I defended myself. So what I did is I ran in the bedroom and I closed the door, right? I mean, that's what any normal person would do. So you understand. Well, you understand. You don't stand under it. Oh no, you understand it. But anyhow, my brother, when he sunk the knife in the door, well, the fucking butt of the knife hit him in the head. And then he goes to kindergarten and he's got a little boo-boo kitty cut on his eyebrow. And I got in trouble from my mom, who was definitely mind-controlled and messed with in the programs. She told me it was my fault because I was older and I should have known better. Well, even then I knew better than to trust fucking Chucky with a knife. And I got eyes in the back of my head. Let's see what you dislike, Casca. Now, who is that? Do I not know that person's real name yet? Are you guys playing with me? I don't know that name yet. It's like when Chanter talks about all the people you have to listen to be cool. I'm like, fuck, man, I don't know that one. I didn't listen to that one. Right. And you know, it was really easy to tell the teams, and I wasn't indoctrinated into a cult. I don't mean O-C-C-U-L-T, I mean C-U-L-T. And that goes back to Mel. You gotta realize that in 2015, when Lisa and Danny were there, nobody was paying to broadcast on CCN. January 2017 started that. And then that bitch had Journalism Academy made up by February, and that's when they were indoctrinating me into their cult and trying to tell me that my stories were too traumatic to share with other people. Now, is Cat Scott, Omar Corona, Biggie Blowhole? I don't think it is, but I know. But I promise you this, fucking Omar Corona is too Biggie Boho. And Richard Dick Vermaze did too work at Dun & Bradstreet, man. Just like Mel V was a L'Oreal whore. I can't even stand hairdressers, and I wound up being one. Anyhow. Back to the story. You guys, I'm really glad everybody's here, though. Or at least there's people here, and you guys all know what's going on. We should pop back in and go see Tucker, because you know they're laughing and talking shit. But I want to show you this video first. Now, let's go back to this day. I'm cooking. I'm in and out of this room. And you know how a lot of Dilberts think this is where they spy on you from. And then I have to say, no, fools. Every pixel of the entire screen. I mean, are you kidding me? All right, well, in the meantime, when I walked in this room, this green light was flickering in and out. So where we're at on the video is they were taking the image of my home before I was in the shot. In the video I put up on my YouTube, which is there for you guys, it is not as clear as a picture as this. This is the one that is directly on my computer. Just like any of the key evidence I pick up, whether it's on these fucking freak shows that are trafficking children on Facebook while they work at Facebook, I say it's state's evidence. All of Elvis's bullshit legal documents, it's state's evidence. It's on my computer. And that's why I'm still tormented to this day, because fucking Angela and Blowhole and a couple other skankwitches put that back door in my computer. And they were building my website. And they were going to make 20% of anything that I was able to generate income-wise. I still haven't made a wood nickel on this fucking computer. And then they want to tease me like I'm doing business in my house. No, I'm not. I lost the Hair Emporium in 2015. It's pathetic to work in a town where they don't want you. It's a town run by white bureaucrats, but they use puppet black people. They put them out there to die. I know they did. But see, Angie baby didn't have dick to sell. I have a distributorship to enzymes. I know they do. I know they do. And that's why I have had her back, even though I had to expose her ass, right? So the other night, when the CCN thing went out, I did actually tag her so she would know. So, you know, I don't really blame any of these people, and I don't hate anybody. I had no idea the extensiveness of the group that was attacking, and I don't even believe they knew me by face or name. I think the way it worked is they were handed their assignments over 10 years ago. The script they got was mine. But look, okay, this hate thing, seriously, I don't want it to ever come back negatively on you. And what's coming for us, I know, what's coming for us slays with a sword. What's coming for us is gonna slay with a sword, okay? So here's what I don't want to happen to you sweet people, and I'm serious. It's kind of like Joe. His dad ran the secret projects at Monsanto. That's right. So listen, this man that beat Joe to death many times, when his day comes due and they pull Joseph Panoski that lives in Tennessee into these tribunals, and there's no crying, there's no 3 years at a fucking club fed, they're taken out within a week. I don't want Joe to feel guilty and hate himself. I want him to heal, because Joe did the best he could to forgive his father. And Joe was an alcoholic, a very serious alcoholic, until he was 23. I can't even believe you know, to watch somebody be addicted to everything. I'm talking about to alcohol, to meth, to crack, and then people make fun. I watched him stop it all to live. And I had to respect that, because most people are too big of pussies. And I never did hard drugs. I mean, people think I'm bad because I've talked to Mary Jane. They can blow me sideways. Do you know how much of my life, because I have 3 children. The youngest is now of legal age. And my oldest is 33, which is a crisis year. It's terrible. Whenever somebody wanted to hurt me, that's all they had on me, to narc me out for getting high. Well, see, now these scientists and these experts that have been dissecting me without sticking needles or electrodes, they know that marijuana does not do all the reefer madness stuff. And everybody's different, and everybody likes different drugs. That's why CW didn't want to address blood type. I'm very seriously all about blood type. So, for example, I'm an A blood type. I have a lot of adrenaline and a lot of cortisol. And for you guys that are tracking me and know what's going on, that's all natural. I don't need no damn speed. God don't give me no fucking speed, right? Now, I could function and not pass out and do hair and clean the house and jump on the trampoline if I want with 40 milligrams of Valium in my body. You won't put me down. And that's why it's been hard to kill me, they say, because we come out of anesthesia well and we handle these things a little easier. There's something in our blood. And I will tag that back to Scotland and the Highlanders. And I'm not trying to piss on anybody's parade. I'm just saying these are my beliefs. If you have O blood type, those are these poor people that get fucked up on the meds. And it's because they have low levels of the happy hormone, which is dopamine. They don't have enough. So I'm not sure if it's meth or crack or ecstasy, because I didn't do none of them. It might be ecstasy or Molly. And like I said, I haven't done none of them, so I don't fucking know. But they say that it takes those chemicals away in your body forever. And that's why they keep doing it. So I don't know if that gives any example, like when you're waging war with these humans that actually are parasitic or carrying demons or just don't give a respect for life. If all of a sudden you realize that your enemy that you hate is an opposite blood type of you, well, see, an A like me, I internalize my stress allegedly until I blow up. I take a battle on inside me and fight it, and that's why I don't get sick. In the meantime, an O blood type, they need to do something physical to get that stress out. So they would, like, say, kickbox instead of punch out a woman. They would exercise instead of jack off. They would, like, play team sports instead of watch fantasy football. I mean, it's just how you blow your stress off, I guess. And that's what this war is all about, because there are these major group of douchebags that didn't know that there really are no secrets. And my big mouth came online in 2014, and that was the first thing out of my mouth. And boy, did it piss them off. Now, I wasn't doing it to piss nobody off. I was doing it because I had already experienced so much in life. And then I got fucking bleach blonde bimbo Mel telling me that I haven't dealt with stress till I've been online. Well, just like these other accusers, that's because she created it. And it will lead to the Corey Good story and David Wilcox and all of these things, because all these bitches had my family, the Glasscock script. And that proves how they fuck with time, because like we've been talking about, I mean, seriously, can you imagine how much time they screwed us out of between AD and BC? So, okay, Herod puts out some edict to kill the firstborn. Well, if he did that, why would he set the clock back to 0? One of us. So many people dropped off. And I know it's... Religion pisses people off, and I'm not religious. I'm not affiliated with any church. Nothing. This is just me talking. And remember, they're saying I'm Lilith. So, you know, it's like anything. It's always the woman's fault. I'm honored. I'm scorned. I'm a whore. I'm a virgin. I'm everything you hate. And I'm everything you love. And it's fucked up. I don't like it very much. It gives me cramps. You know, always somebody pissed. But I don't want to talk about that anymore. And I want to strive every day to not offend as many people as I did when I came in and was just trying to keep myself above water. So I want to go back to the video, and this is the first time they've actually cared enough to erase my likes. But here's always my message. Take that fucking bloody Jesus off the cross. Celebrate his life. Just like my friend Kale Fromm. Don't tell me you're sorry that she's not in her body anymore. She was tired of being in her body. She wanted to go. And why does she want to stay for this shit? You better be strong if you're staying for this war. Thank you for those likes returned. Now, this is something that's very important. As you're wielding spiritual battle out here with these powers and principalities, once you call it out and speak the truth, it will be restored to you. So always have that faith. Now, going back to this video, they put me in it, and they work his conversation in. So what he says is that he's going to make it interesting, okay? In the meantime, you ask me, is that the real one? If there's more than one to begin with, how dare we say who isn't real? That's like the same thing online, you know, like who's real and who's not, and who can you trust? They're going to make it very apparent to you, and then we can all smile, because I've had no phone communication, no emails, no secret phone calls, no meeting at a coffee shop, nothing. This has all been done telepathically, and they have announced, and this really pissed everybody off, that without tying me up or sticking a needle in me or a probe, I've been mind linked to at least one other brain that is a constant, and I'm going to call that number one. And then he lets whoever the hell whoever he wants to be the third party. It took me a while. You know, I was thinking about it. So, like, if someone online is engaging with me, and you guys say, oh, I do feel that frequency or whatever, then what's happened is they've bonded me and whomever that is, heart brain to heart brain. And they're teaching us that, you know, fuck this grid, and fuck 5G, and fuck the government, and fuck the police if they can't behave. And I love the police, and I love, you know, good, honest, strong men. What the hell? But if we can't have all the baubles that have allowed all this debauchery, don't worry. We don't even... They already got a whole different network that you guys don't even know about. I've been involved with it. And in the end, we'll learn that we never did need these baubles. It's like people that play with the occult. You know, fucking casting black magic spells going boogie boogie. You know, like fucking Danny when the black smoke's coming out of her wall. And then the white smoke comes in, gets between these bitches' circle and breaks up the smoke. I knew what they were talking about. And my point is that these electronics are way more powerful than any Ouija board that Parker Brothers could make, or any deck of tarot cards. And, I mean, I'm a magical bitch, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against it. But we're back to responsibility and true hearts. So, whoever is fucking with me is a true heart. They have not hurt me. They've only been kind and considerate and showed me things to help me learn and grow. And so, like, back to my friend Tucker, I mean, what a pain in my ass, but when I shut up and listened, it was so obvious that they were calling these bad guys out that are claiming to be Elvis, or claiming to be Linda, or claiming... Is that my phone? Whose fucking phone is this? We'll see in a minute. That's really weird. Anyhow, I promise, America's not going to let the rest of the world down. Because you can say all day long how stupid we are, but we were a closed experiment. I mean, we actually thought our dumb asses were free. But then again, what if we can redeem ourselves with bringing freedom? What if I could restore the Land Patent Act? If I can just get one share of the stocks that were stolen from my grandmother and grandfather, $99 million would go a long way. I'm not a materialist. They already know. And when this trust fund stuff gets worked out, it's not for people's fucking materialism and their boats and bullshit. It's restoring infrastructure. It's taking care of people. It's about community. It's about getting Monsanto out of here and cleaning up toxic waste dumps that are everywhere. I mean, there are so many things that people aren't focusing on as we are in these final days before the good stuff happens. And I'll admit, sometimes it's really tough on me. But the good people that have given me the most shit, and I don't mean Shanner and Mel, they're good people. I just saw through their cover, and people are starting to see through mine because they said that I'm not an expert on anything other than hair. So always remember that. Self-education, they say, doesn't mean a damn thing in my case or anyone else's. And what I did was represented myself pro se in this court from hell, because I don't even believe that lawyers are moral or ethical or just, because they're not allowed to be in this system. I can't believe I got a fucking cat at my window again. 3 cats. All right. They're sisters, too. And then one more thing. These fucking skanks that, you know, they rescue all the animals and suck the energy out of them. They're teasing like people that have smart cats walk them on leashes. What kind of crack are you smoking? What the fuck's wrong with you? My cats don't get walked on a damn leash. They ring in a doorbell to go outside. They scratch at a screen to come in. And I wouldn't put my cat on a leash for any reason, because they're born to be free. And if they're smart enough, they know where their home is and they know how to stay safe. So let's go back to this, and I'm gonna let my cat in again.
Usually wind up doing this. And you agree because you want to do it. We do it because we want to do it. You know? In Las Vegas, after you've done 2 shows, everybody's tired. They're up in the suite singing all the way till like 6 or 7 o'clock. We do 2 shows a lot of times, and we'll go upstairs and sing until daylight. You know, gospel songs. How do you do it? Not too often.
Okay, here we go. They froze my screen. Alright. Alright. I got up to let them daggum cats in. And you no longer can see my screen moving. So that means I've been hacked again. You're not seeing Elvis and me switch on and off. But they've allowed me to have my audio. Isn't that mighty wide of them? Piss me off. But you know what? No worries. Nobody watches a whole show anyhow, so I'll take off. I'll come back. We'll play this and jump around and do it again. No worries. The other reason that I have been welcoming people and saying welcome at, you know, 2:20 and see you later at 2:21 is because that's the way that I can validate for whomever I work with behind the scenes, you know, the international man of whoop-de-fuck, you know, number 1. Then you have 2 people in a forest. Now, if there's only 1 person in the forest, even if they hear the tree, nobody gives a rat's ass. But when there's 2 people in a forest, and one's on one side and one's on the other, and they go, fuck, man, I just heard that tree fall. That's kind of what they've let me know I'm the way that they're utilizing my voice. So some people think they're hearing ghosts or bad guys, or in Red Dead Redemption, you know, she's the bitch yelling at the people while they walk past her store. Well, this international man of mystery is the top electronic dude, and all his friends are too. So if APD and Mel V and Biggie Blow and all them motherfuckers think they can hack into a system, well, you better see what the right side can do with it too. And so here again, I'm putting my hand in front of my phone. They have cut my visual, and we've documented that in. And like I said, I really do appreciate you guys waking up and seeing what's going on, because time is short and we are going to win. And you want to be on the right side of this party, because the wrong side just sucks. So for those of you that are here, I'm going to cut this stream and I'll be back in 10 minutes, let's say. And that way it'll give me a minute to set up some more evidence and to put some more energy out there. I'll smudge and, you know,